Pick these areas in Charlotte and you'll overpay. And you'll sit in traffic every single day. I've lived in Charlotte for most of my life, and I keep seeing people choose the wrong areas over and over again. But what if I were moving again in 2026? Where would I go? Let's start with the first one. Noda, my first pick. If I had to pick just one neighborhood in Charlotte to call home, it would be Noda. Even though Noda's kind of like a rebellious teenager right now. It's in a stage where some blocks are fully renovated and others are still in transition. That mix is part of what gives it character. You've got 1930s, 40s bungalows, murals, local shops, and neighborhoods that still feel lived in. People often assume the lots are small, but a lot of them are kind of long, which gives you more backyard than you'd expect. If you like homes with personality, front porches, older architecture, and a little history, this is one of the few places in Charlotte where that still exists at scale. You're close uptown, you've got walkability, and it still feels like a real neighborhood, not just a development. Most homes in Noda currently fall between the mid-400s to mid-700s, depending on the size, updates, and proximity to the core walkable areas. At the lower end, buyers are typically getting smaller historic bungalows or fixer-upper opportunities, while higher price points often include expanded layouts, newer builds, or fully renovated homes with modern finishes. But if I wanted more breathing room, space, trees, and quiet, I'd head north to Concord. Number 2, Concord, the Charlotte side. Concord gives you something that's getting harder to find in Charlotte: space. If you want trees, quiet mornings, and a little elbow room without giving up access to uptown, this can be a really practical option. Now, not all of Concord sits right on Charlotte's doorstep. Some parts are a bit further out, and the areas closer to the city will usually come with a higher price point. But even there, many buyers find they're still getting more space for the money. And there's another factor people don't always think about. That's taxes. Being outside of Charlotte means you bypass some city-specific taxes, like the prepared food tax. And you're generally looking at a lower property tax compared to Mecklenburg County. For buyers who want breathing room without feeling disconnected from Charlotte, Concord can offer a comfortable middle ground. Here's the market snapshot. Homes on the Charlotte side of Concord typically range from mid-300s to the mid-600s, with pricing largely driven by lot size and proximity to Charlotte. At the lower end, buyers often find older homes on modest lots, with higher price points usually including a larger parcel, updated interiors, or newer construction with more space and flexibility. But if I suddenly had a few million lying around, I'd be moving straight to South Park. South Park is one of Charlotte's most established luxury areas. Tree-lined streets, beautiful homes, and neighborhoods that feel settled. It's where a lot of buyers land when they want something that already feels built out and complete. You're close to everything: shopping, dining, medical, some of the top-rated schools in the area. It's convenient without being in the middle of uptown, but it does come with a trade-off. Traffic here has been heavy for years, and public transit options are limited. Still, for buyers who want something polished and central and easy to live in long term, South Park tends to stay on the short list. Most homes in South Park currently fall roughly between the high 700s to 2 million plus, with newer builds and estate properties pushing well beyond that. At that entry point, buyers are often getting updated ranches or older two-story homes with higher price points, typically meaning larger square footage, newer construction, or fully renovated properties on established lots. If you're watching this and you're thinking, I still don't know which area fits me best, go ahead and take my Charlotte area quiz. But if I wanted to trade convenience for open water, I'd head over to Lake Norman. Number 4, Lake Norman Cornelius. If I'm living by the water, I want to actually live by the water. Lake Norman offers a slower pace without fully disconnecting from the city. You're still within reach of uptown for work, events, or games, but day-to-day life feels quieter. Not every home here is lakefront, but even being nearby shifts the feel of daily life. Boating, trails, waterfront dining, it changes how you spend your time. Homes with a dock or direct water access typically carry a premium, and if you're maintaining a dock, boat, or shorelines, there's ongoing upkeep to factor in. For buyers who want something calmer but still connected to Charlotte, Lake Norman offers that balance. Homes in the Lake Norman Cornelius area typically range from the high 500s to well over $2 million. Pricing driven largely by water proximity. Buyers often find homes in lake access communities, while direct waterfront properties tend to command significantly higher price points. And if I wanted that same sense of space, but with more land and lower taxes, I'd cross that border into South Carolina. Number 5. Clover, South Carolina. If I were open to living just outside of North Carolina, Clover would be one of the first places I'd look. Clover offers a quieter setting with more land, a little more separation from the pace of Charlotte, not uncommon to see equestrian properties or very large parcels, or homes with lots of room to expand. Property taxes are often lower than what you'd see in Mecklenburg County, and if you're 65 or older, South Carolina offers additional property tax relief that can reduce your taxable value once you've established residency. I'm actually breaking all of that down in a future video because there are some meaningful differences to understand between North and South Carolina. Comment down below if that's something you'd want to see sooner rather than later. Here's the market snapshot. Homes in Clover typically range from the mid-300s to mid-600s, and pricing largely is driven by acreage and home size. At the lower end, buyers often find established homes on larger lots with higher price points, and higher price points may include newer construction, custom builds, or multi-acre properties. Charlotte has a lot of great areas, but picking the wrong one can shape your daily life more than the house itself. Commute, pace, community, how you actually live day to day. That's why choosing the right area matters just as much as choosing the right home. If you want a broader look at what it really is like living here, watch my Charlotte pros and cons video next. And if you're still unsure where you'd fit in best, take that Charlotte area quiz down below. I'm Inga, your real estate bestie, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.